Chapter 15 Liam's POV 3.87% 12.50 vouchers. A few hours later, I regretted coming for practice. It was torture me. I couldn't focus, not when the stalker was still out there. I kept checking my phone, expecting another message. Angela didn't text me all morning. I guess she was probably trying to give me space, but all that did was wind me tighter. My coach noticed. Of course he did. During a break, he pulled me aside. "You with me today, Liam? You look like you're going through hell." I hesitated. "Not really, sir." He studied me for a long moment. "Trouble with the press?" "No. Personal." I took a breath. "Someone's harassing. Someone care about. Watching us. Sending photos. And I don't know how to fix it." His jaw tightened with understanding. "You're in the public eye, Toe. It's normal for people to stalk you as you're a celebrity, Liam. And it's only going to get worse." He lowered his voice. "He private security. At least short term. Don't wait for it to escalate. You don't want this to grow into something you can't handle anymore." I nodded slowly. The idea made sense. But it also meant telling Angela. And telling Angela meant admitting that I thought the threat was real. Was she ready for that? Was I? His hands clasped on my shoulder. "I'll introduce you to a friend of mine. He owns a security company. You can tell him to be discreet if you don't want her to know." I froze. How did he know? But before I could answer, he smirked. "I'm not a child, Liam. I have a very beautiful wife at home. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're obsessed with this said friend." He winked and I scratched the back of my head. "I'm sorry, coach. I've been in love with her for years. I don't want anything happening to her at all." I told him honestly and he nodded. "Coach Hensley wasn't the type to mock you. He trained us, yes, but he was also a damn good advisor. Listen, kid. The best idea is to get the security detail. She might not like it, but it's the only way. Now, I need you in good spirits for the next game, and I can't have you flopping at practice." I smiled then. "You got it, coach," I told him. My teammates were already looking at me, and from the grins on their faces, I knew Marcus had talked. I bit back a groan and joined them, desperate to get through this session and escape. If I didn't, they'd mock me. And I wasn't ready for that at all. After practice, I made an excuse and was about heading out when I stopped at the entrance to the ice rink. Marcus stood there, that smug smirk on his face as he crossed arms around his chest. "Going somewhere?" he asked, and I groaned. The other guys, Aiden and Vincent, stood beside him and they each had grins on their faces. They had heard me talk about Angela, and I was sure that Marcus had told them already that she was living with me and that I was still a chicken for not telling her the truth about how I feel. "Please don't start," I said, and they all burst out laughing. Then, Vincent moved to me and tousled my hair. He was older and the captain of our team. "Don't be a fool and tell that girl how you feel. I've heard you talk about her since I knew you. Hell, you're a fucking virgin." 1/3 15.25 Friday, January 23rd DGG. Chapter 15 Because of her. "It's time to get your dick wet, Liam." I groaned at his words. 87% 55 vouchers. "Angela isn't just having a good time, Vince. I don't want her to hate me. She's already very careful around me. I don't want to cause a rift I won't be able to control," I said, and they all nodded. Aiden then spoke. "We know you love her more than anything else. But you need to tell her. You can't keep letting her believe that you're her enemy, Liam." I knew they were saying the truth. "I'll do that. But first, I need to get home." They all nodded and let me walk away from them. When I got home that evening, the smell hit me instantly. Garlic. Butter. Fresh herbs. My favorite. I rounded the corner and froze. Angela was in the kitchen, humming softly, stirring pasta like she belonged there. Like she'd always belonged there. The hoodie she wore earlier was swapped for a clean shirt, hair pulled into a loose bun. She looked peaceful. Domestic. Mine. She turned, surprised. "Oh, hey, I hope you don't mind, but I cooked. I found the ingredients and remembered you like this." Remembered. From years ago. A stupid dinner at a school fundraiser where I'd mentioned the dish offhand. My chest tightened painfully. "I don't mind," I said quietly. It's perfect. Her cheeks warmed, and God, I wanted to lean in and kiss her, but I snapped out of it immediately. Focus, Liam. I chided myself as I smiled at her. I'll get changed and come out so we can eat together. Is that okay? I asked and she nodded. I hurriedly cleaned up and changed into a new pair of clothes and headed downstairs. She had already taken the food to the dining room and I helped her with water and a bottle of wine. We sat and ate together. And the tension I carried all day slowly aced with every joke she cracked, every time she nudged my foot under the table, every small smile that felt like it belonged solely to me. For a moment, I almost forgot about the messages. Almost forgot that someone out there wanted to hurt her. Then Angela's phone rang. Unknown number. She hesitated. I opened my mouth immediately to stop her. Don't answer it, but she answered and put the phone on speaker, and immediately went pale. A low, distorted voice breathed through the speaker, followed by, "You think you know Liam? Ask him why he was at Ethan's apartment the day before you moved in." 2/3 15:25 Friday, January 23rd GG. Chapter 15. Ask him what they discussed about you. Angela's fingers trembled around the phone. My heart stopped. Because the worst part wasn't the threat. It wasn't even the invasion. It was the look she gave me. Fear. Confusion. Betrayal. She didn't ask the question yet. But it was already there in her eyes. What were you doing at Ethan's place, Liam? And what do you know that you haven't told me? 3/3 AD comment send gift.